So me right now, for my first year at Angie, dude, I plan on making 120. I'm going to push for 120. Okay, my team is amazing. I know I can do it. We can push for
Ooh.
120.
Well, how's your week going so
It's
far?
going good, man. I've closed a deal a day this week, so it's been a deal a day for my group.
A deal a day. What are you doing?
I work at Angie as an inside sales representative. So we sell our product to service providers, so typically like contractors out in the area. And I have sold a deal a day with the help of my amazing team.
Oh my gosh, man. I feel like I'm selling a deal every month. So you must have some nice commission checks you're coming your way, right?
Coming my way next Wednesday, yes.
Yeah. That's the fun part about tech sales is you get to sell the deals, you get the flow, you get to speak with the customers, you make the cold calls, which we'll talk a little bit about today. Your process learning that, but I don't get when I close a deal, it takes like a month or two for me to get paid out. So
Mhm.
it's always that patience of okay, I want to get that commission check, I want to see it hit my bank, but it takes a little bit of patience.
Exactly.
So I see Donovan when I was researching for our conversation today. My understanding is you spent 2 years at McDonald's. You worked your way up there a bit. You got involved with course careers, and now you're closing a deal a day in tech sales. Why don't you take us back maybe 6 months, a year, where you were at mentally, what you were doing, and just where you were at in life?
Okay, so I know how it looks on my LinkedIn because of how long it is,
Yeah,
but it was actually
yeah.
only I think 5 months. So I'm actually
Okay.
18. So I graduated high school, right? Right after graduating high school, I was all around guy. I was in the band program, played 8 instruments. I was an all around wrestler. But I didn't accept any of the scholarship offers because I just didn't want to go into debt, right? So I was gonna go to the military. Something happened after I scored like a 91 on the ASVAB, and I said, "Dude, I need to make money ASAP." So
Yeah.
I was just like working 3 jobs. I was working at a McDonald's, a warehouse, and a vending machine company. I learned how to speak Spanish at that McDonald's. Believe it or not, it was like in 5 months I learned how to speak Spanish, dude. It was crazy. But as I was going through there, I met this guy. His name was Chris G. I'm not sure if you are familiar with him. Like he's a partner with the guy for FinTech. Um,
No.
so Chris G, I paid him, and basically he told me to get into tech sales. If you have an entrepreneurial mindset, I was like, okay. And so I just popped on YouTube. It feels like it was yesterday. I popped on YouTube. I was at the warehouse. I was like, okay, tech sales. And then you actually popped up first. And so I saw some of your videos, and then you had showed us your studio, and I was like, dude, this guy's studio is amazing with the jacuzzi and everything like that. And so obviously that led to course careers, and I joined course careers from that point.
Man, it sounds like your life's completely changed. We're here together. You're in the studio with me right now, Donovan. So we're live. We're talking to the people. And you're a versatile dude because I don't know many people who are running out there on the band, but also ready to get down on the mat and start wrestling someone. So I mean, it makes you a really unique guy. It seems like you're driven and entrepreneurial minded. You wanna really live life on your terms, control your own destiny. It seems like you're driven in that way. You're way ahead than I was at 18. I'll tell you that is a fact. I was literally spending all my time playing video games, just not really thinking about anything. I certainly wasn't thinking about money like you were. What do you think led you to think at 18, you know what? I don't want to get in debt. I want to start making money instead of losing money.
Okay. So a big factor was my parents. Number one, my mom, she does have her PhD, and then she was in debt. And then my dad, he started his own company, and so I saw how much these two were making, and I was like, okay, my dad, he's an entrepreneur, so this guy, he's making his type of money, and that's possible. And then it was just, like, I had some super crazy experience during the summer. I was like, dude, money, 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 money. I don't know how I'm gonna get it, but I'm gonna get it.
And what was that like earning money with the warehouse job, with the McDonald's job? I know I have worked manual labor jobs before. I've mowed lawns, I've washed dishes, I've been a babysitter. I've done a lot of different odd jobs for that hourly wage. And you're in this place where it's tough on your body and you're trading your time for money and it's impossible to get ahead. You're making maybe 15, even 20 an hour, which I was doing that at one point. I was like, man, I'm getting ahead. But then you're sitting there and you're like, okay, 8 hours times 20. I'm
Exactly.
never going to be able to get ahead in life. So why don't you share what that was like working multiple jobs and why you were like, I got to find another way to make money.
So for me, dude, when I was working those multiple jobs, the money was coming in, but I just never had the time to spend it. So it wasn't even, it was like I'm working so much that I can't even enjoy life, right? And so I was like, there has to be something else. So I was just looking for an insane amount of different courses, insane amount of different things that could shoot me to the next level. I knew I was an intelligent individual. I knew I was hardworking. So I was like, I need to get in somewhere. I need to break into somewhere. And then technology sales was the thing to break into after I saw you guys' videos and course careers.
What was it about technology sales? Because I had a similar revelation. I was like, man, tech sales, I could make money basically sitting at a desk at home, and I'm not trading my time for money as much. I mean, I'm getting a salary, but I also can sort of get paid based on my performance, so I can control my destiny. I think I have good enough communication skills. Let's give it a go. So I really lucked my way into tech, but what was it about your research that intrigued you enough to really go through with finding a way to get hired in tech sales?
Okay, so I would really say Chris G. When I saw Chris G, and he was like, dude, I'm working an hour or two a day. I'm making like 80, ninety thousand
Oh man.
dollars a year. And it's like I'm doing this, this is my lifestyle, this is what I'm doing, and he has think about that. You're working 1 hour a day, you're making $80,000 a year, you're 23. And so I saw that, I'm like, dude, if he can do it, I can, because I can learn from this guy. I can learn from people who've already done
Yeah.
it. And then that's when you guys.
Yeah, no, I totally respect that mindset. I'm always looking for people that are just a step ahead of me, and I'm asking myself, what can I learn from them? Rather than looking at what they've accomplished and think less of myself or compare myself to them, I'm like, what can I learn from this person so that I can hopefully get to where they're at? And it sounds like you stumbled upon Course Careers, and I know that we've helped thousands of students get hired in tech sales. There's so many great testimonials on the website that I listen to folks that similar situation at different places in life, but you didn't want to get in the debt. You wanted a better way to make money. So why don't you talk about what that experience was like with Course Careers? Because when you're working multiple jobs, you're super busy, McDonald's, warehouse, and it's tough to get in tech without that tech experience or even sales experience. So talk about that experience with Course Careers and maybe how that equips you to start applying, to find the opportunities, to learn about if you would be a good fit for it. Why don't you take us back to what that experience was like for you? Because I'm sure there's a lot of folks out there similar to you, Donovan, that are like, you know what, this guy's 18 and he went from working multiple hourly jobs to now getting in tech sales. And now, I mean, look at you, you're smiling, you're excited. Like we've got stuff to look forward to now. So
Exactly.
to all those people out there that are looking to improve their circumstances like you were able to do, what was it about the Course Careers experience that really helped you get to that next level?
I would say our group and the curriculum, right? The curriculum was so perfect, right? Not only just the curriculum, but everything you guys provided. It even so down to the books, right? These books, even in my company, as I'm going through it right now, these books are still being used in my company. The things that we were taught in course careers are still being used in my company, right? And going from those hourly jobs to this, it was just so unrealistic, because me and my brother Christopher Dilworth, David, it's like I'm sitting here, I'm working 8 hours a day, and it's not even as if I'm working. I'm literally just chilling. I'm talking to my team. We're discussing our goals, what we need to accomplish for the day. And then after I'm done, I'm just done. I can do what I want to do. I can I can go for a jog. I can do whatever. It's like it's a better quality of life. I can work from anywhere. It was just the quality of life that you get. It's unmatched. It's unmatched.
Yeah, yeah. So it sounds like that work-life balance, you like that a lot more, being in a knowledge profession, being able to sit at the desk, do your job, and then get out of the office and not being on your feet all day. You mentioned the curriculum being perfect, and it seems like really providing you real world skills because the things you learned you're actually applying in the real world. And I know that this is something I hear from a lot of students is college. I mean, what are you going to do with those accounting tables? It's like, okay, maybe I'll be an accountant, but most of it's just, okay, art history. I don't need
Exactly.
this. I want to learn how to cold call. I want to learn how to prospect and do that. So what maybe really stuck out about the course curriculum that resonated with you so much?
I would say the cold calling practice. The cold calling practice,
Yeah.
especially the group, the fact that we have such a humongous group of people that are willing to help, willing to actually push
Yeah.
you through, right? Going through that portion, set me up so perfectly for the position that I'm in right now that I'm coming in and I'm ahead of my peers. And my peers are mostly like
Yeah.
these guys are like 25. Some of them all the way up to like 50. It's like, and I'm young, I'm knowledgeable, I'm able to learn, I'm still coachable. It's like that group,
Yeah.
everything like that cold calling group pushed me to the next level. I love that.
It's insane how far ahead you are when you got all this energy right now too. Because when you're 25, you're going to be 7 years in the workforce compared to someone that went to university 22, 23, that's just starting. It's like party phase. You're going to be so far ahead. You're going to be their boss at that point, which is insane to think about. And it's inspiring to me to see because I wish I had this knowledge when I was 18 because the only thing college taught me was how to learn, but also how to party and how to. I mean, I had a lot of fun, but what did I really learn? And you learned about cold calling, but you were also able to surround yourself with other people that also had similar aspirations of getting in tech sales. So, what maybe advice would you have, Donovan, for someone out there? Because I know a lot of people that I speak with that want to change their future. They go watch a lot of the student success stories like yours that we're going to post, which I'm sure a lot of people find a lot of value in this. But I think a lot of people watch the introduction course as well, which we'll link in the description below for those of you out there watching if you want to go check it out. What advice would you give to someone that's thinking about, you know what, is this worth the investment? Because it is a lot of money to really say, I'm going to put down $500. I'm going to learn this specialized knowledge, and it doesn't even fully guarantee me a job because you got to be proactive like you were, and you really got to put yourself out there. So what advice would you maybe give to yourself back at 18 to decide if it were a good decision to move forward with course careers?
I would say just do it. I mean, the reality is like I was on the fence for about a week. Okay. And for that week, I was at the warehouse. I was literally listening to student testimonials. So literally listening to things like
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
And when I like, especially the Pittman story, when she was like, she went to make $100,000. I think as an
Oh
account
my
executive
God.
or account manager as her first position. I was like, if that's possible for her, it could be possible for me. And so I was like, you know what? Take the leap. So if you are out there, right? If you're an individual who's even thinking about it, if you're so much as on this video, if this is so much as a speck of a thought in your mind, do it. You can just do a payment plan. Try a payment plan, and I promise you, everything about course careers pays back. The ROI, you can't even quantify the ROI because it's still paying, right? Like, how can you quantify something that's giving you a better quality of life on a consecutive basis? It's continuing to go up, right? You can't change that. So I would just say do it.
Yeah, it's so cool to hear because I know that there's going to be hundreds of people that are doing that job that they just know that there's not a future ahead with, listening to you speak these words. And now you're probably, you don't need to say what you're making, but you're probably making at least 50, 60, 70K, whatever. Maybe more if you're closing. Okay, maybe you're closing a deal a day. So you're making bank right now. But the ROI, it's funny because compared to a lot of the other options on the market, I mean, people can just try and go direct, but it takes a lot of time. So there's that opportunity cost. But if you pay $500 and then let's say you're making 70K conservatively, you're paying that back in literally 2 days of work. And the compounding effect is 1,000,000% ROI because now every day that you're in this career that you otherwise wouldn't have been in, you truthfully can't
You
quantify
can't.
it. So I'm glad you brought that up. That was super powerful. And the other point that I think you brought up that was really important is seeing other people's success and saying, well, they're just a person like me. I can, and it was the same thing in my YouTube journey, starting my YouTube channel. I saw some dude making videos and he was making all this money. I was like, he's no smarter than me. I can do it too. So I just started doing it. And I think a lot of it out there is just fake it till you make it. And you just got to start taking action. And the time is always now.
Hmm. That's exactly what it is. I'm completely agree.
So what would you say is parting advice, Donovan? If you could go, I know we asked the question if you could go back and talk to yourself, but just parting advice into the interview here. Now that you're in this career, what's ahead for you? What are you looking forward to, and what are you thinking about? Maybe what are some of your goals now that you're in the right opportunity vehicle to reach the next level of success?
So me right now, for my first year at Angie Dude, I plan on making 120. I'm going to push for 120. Okay. My team is amazing. I know I can do it. we can push for 120. Okay. I have an awesome team. Everybody is helping me out. Like, I wouldn't have been able to close all those deals without them. Right.
Yeah.
So I see 120. I'm going to move. I don't know where. I think I'm either going to go to New Mexico or another place because now we're getting the money to be able to do so, and then I'm going to get a challenger as well in the next 2 months. So that's that's where we're going on that front, I would say. And so I mean, to people that are watching, this can happen to you if you just take the risk and put the effort forward, right? Taking the risk and putting the effort forward is literally going to pay you back in dividends, and it's not going to stop paying. So that's what I would say to people.